So what's special about a parallelogram? Well, we're given parallelogram ABCD. A couple features to be aware of. So one is that the opposite angles of a parallelogram are congruent. So opposite angles are congruent. I'm going to write small so that we'll have enough room here. So, meaning that angle A here is congruent to angle C. Okay? So, let's say angle D is 70 degrees. Knowing that opposite angles are congruent, angle B will be the same as angle D. So we can, with certainty, say that angle B is also 70 degrees. Okay. So another thing that is special about a parallelogram is that opposite sides are congruent. So there's that fancy word again, congruent. By now you ought to know that congruent means equal. So opposite sides are equal. So AD will be the same length as BC. So let's say DC is 14. We know that the opposite side is congruent. So this side is the same as this side. So this here is also 14. Okay. So we can say side AB is congruent to side DC. Okay, so AB is the same as DC. Side AD is also congruent to side BC. Here. Okay. Let's take a step back and then let's indicate that opposite angles are congruent. So we can say angle, so we can say the measure of angle A is congruent to the measure of angle C. Like this. Okay? Now, last but not least, another special feature of a parallelogram is that adjacent angles are congruent. If you look up what the word adjacent means, it means next to. So let's give you another nice picture of a parallelogram like this. Okay, so let's also say this is A, B, C, D. It says adjacent angles are, nope, sorry, let's rewrite this. Let's say they are not congruent but supplementary. Sorry about that. Adjacent angles are supplementary. Okay, so this word ought to ring a bell. Supplementary angles make up 180 degrees. So let's focus in on, let's say, angle A. If angle A is, let's say, 130 degrees, the angle that is next to A would be such that 130 plus that angle will give you 180 degrees. So 130 plus what is 180? So if you say 50, you are correct. Okay, so this angle here, angle D, is also next to A. So these two together needs to make up 180 degrees. So that makes this angle here also 50 degrees. Okay, so the angle next to D is C. So 50 plus what is 180. If you say 130, you are correct. Okay. So adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary.